for that, and welcome to what we hope you will agree is a very important day for the University of Dayton, as well as the University of Dayton Arena and University of Dayton Athletics. To begin our program, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our Vice President and Director of Athletics, Neil Sullivan.
Thank you, everyone, for being here for an exciting day for the university and for our athletic department. For nearly 50 years, the UD Arena has provided a platform for our nationally successful men's and women's basketball programs, as well as iconic brand representation for the University of Dayton. This building has hosted more NCAA tournament games than any building in history, and it also hosts other critically important events for the entire campus. I'm excited to share with you today our vision to continue and enhance the legacy of the UD Arena. Today, we are announcing a $72 million transformation of the UD Arena into a state-of-the-art facility that will serve our fans, the community, and our basketball programs for another generation. Before I share some additional details, I do just want to take a minute to acknowledge our season ticket holders and some special guests who have helped us reach this day. To our season ticket holders that are here, you are the lifeblood of our program. You are critical to our success. Your passion, your loyalty, and your devotion to our men's and women's basketball programs is unmatched. And I want you to know that although there'll be some changes, we are absolutely devoted to improving your experience and continuing your legacy for the next generation of Flyer fans. The family of Tom Frericks is here today as well. We would not have one of the great venues in college basketball to call our own if it were not for the vision of Tom Frericks. Nearly 50 years ago, he moved Dayton forward from a basketball facility that was serving the university well for its time, but he thought bigger and moved us over here and allowed us to grow. Today, we're following his footsteps and making a bold move that preserves the traditions while also launches us into a new era of Dayton basketball. And following Tom Frericks, we have two former athletic directors here with us today, Ted Kissel and Tim Wobbler, along with Coach Donaher and many others who have made this building what it has been over the last 50 years. Our Board of Trustees, my university colleagues, are here, as long as our entire design and construction team. And most importantly, some of our most major contributors down here in front that got us here. I want to be clear that this is not just a renovation. This is a transformation while we still maintain the soul and the feel that what makes this building special for us. We plan to greatly enhance the fan experience and the student-athlete experience and dramatically improve an aging infrastructure. This project will occur in 3 phases that will begin effectively immediately and continue through November of 2019, where we expect completion of the building to open for the 2019-20 basketball season. This project signals our continued investment in our men's and women's basketball programs, and elite performance is what we're pursuing. Anthony and Shauna Green, over to my left, 2 basketball coaches that have the privilege to run their teams out of the tunnel onto this court. And a core principle of this project was that we must fund both the arena transformation and the operational excellence that will allow them to pursue championships. Together, it's important that we do both. So we will invest your contributions, we will invest money from the seating plan into both this building and operational excellence and a commitment to championships. This is a complex effort that will require everybody, Flyer fans, corporate partners, donors, some of our tenants. And change can be tough, but we believe this is the path forward. In a few minutes, I'll introduce one of our major partners, who's not only been a major partner, but is going to help us continue our fundraising efforts, Larry Connor and his son Colin. But before I do that, I think it'd be appropriate to just share a video with you so you have some context on the scope and transformational nature of this endeavor. So with that, if you could just please turn your attention to the video boards, and we'll show you what we're thinking.
This is a love affair. A timeless tradition where passion and community unite.
At the buzzer, the Dayton Flyers beat Villanova.
And a university comes together.
Over 13,400, another sellout here in Dayton.
I think that this building is one of the true gems in all of college basketball.
Open three, got it! Got it! Dayton the lead!
There obviously is that special feel when you walk into this arena knowing that it's not just Dayton basketball, it's national basketball. It's the landscape of college basketball starts here when you get to March.
Dayton has upset the Paul! The Flyers has upset the Paul Blue Demons!
And the Dayton Flyers are A-10 outright champions.
I don't think there's a region in the entire country, including Tobacco Road, that loves basketball as much as this place.
The Dayton Flyers are winners of the Atlantic 10.
Nothing compared to the sixth man at UD Arena.
It is a nightmare playing this building for the visitors. Wow.
Well, look, I think Dayton's one of the best environments for college basketball in this country. I mean, this is one of the great venues in college basketball.
So I think you can see when we talk about bold and transformational, that's what we're talking about, and that's what we will deliver on. To touch on Larry for a minute as an introduction, Larry has not only made a major contribution to this transformation, but he's been a true partner every step of the way for the past few years. Larry's vision, his long-term thinking, and his unwavering commitment to excellence challenged us, pushed us, and ultimately, he became the perfect partner, and his process is a hallmark of our entire process. Larry's son, Colin, is perhaps the most passionate and loyal Flyer fan in the country. He's a fixture in the hallways, he's a fixture in our athletic buildings, and he truly is part of our program. He is a team member of not only our program, but of Coach Grant's team. Larry's been a trusted investor in our program and a truly transformative partner on this project, and it's my pleasure to welcome Larry Connor to the podium for some remarks.
So I've actually seen that video 3 or 4 times, and I still get goosebumps. So Colin and I are excited to be here today, and we're excited to be part of the team of key leadership here at the university and the fundraising efforts for this historical project. As Neil referenced, we got involved in this a couple of years ago. It was really a conversation that Neil and I and Tim Wobler had, not only about the basketball program, but about the university at large. And there's been so many great things and improvements with both the university and the basketball. And we were talking about how we could take it to the next level. And there's been lots of things done in the athletic department, specifically basketball, but the one remaining piece is to take what I believe is an iconic facility and really make it from good to great. And so that's what we're going to do. And if you wonder why are Colin and I making a financial contribution as well as time and energy, is because we think the university matters and we think the Dayton region matters. A side note too, we believe that leadership matters. And I've been really impressed with the key leadership here at the university, from Eric to Neil to Tim Wobbler's help to Andy Horner, I think is here someplace. I think the university, not only for today, but for the long term, is really, really well positioned, which I think helps the community at large. Lastly, we need your help. We cannot do this alone. We need the community's support. Whether it's big, it's small, all of it matters. Colin, you got anything to add, son?
Go Flyers.
All right, thank you.
To close our program is one of the leaders that Larry referenced. He's a person whose seamless integration into our culture and the way he's helped shape our culture makes you think that his tenure here should be measured in years rather than months. He's our president, Dr. Eric Spina.
Good morning. What a great day for the Dayton community, a great day for the University of Dayton, and for both of our excellent basketball programs led by Shauna and Anthony. I want to thank all of those at the university and in Dayton who've worked so hard to get us to this really exciting day. I woke up this morning raring to go, knowing that today would be day one. Certainly Larry and Colin and the other major donors who've already stepped forward. The trustees who've been both supportive but also true to their fiduciary duties, making certain this was the right plan and would be done in a responsible way for the institution. The senior leadership of the university, as both Larry and Neil have identified, who've worked very hard and, importantly to me, very collaboratively across the institution, across their divisions, and especially the athletic department and its leadership. First, Tim Wobbler, without whom we certainly wouldn't be here today, helped kick this off a few years ago, but now Neil Sullivan, who's as creative and a hardworking leader as any athletic director in the country. I also want to express my deep thanks and appreciation to every member of Flyer Nation out there who supports our university and our athletic program. I've heard over these 10 months and felt really the deep appreciation and love for athletic teams, but also remarkable student athletes. And I can truly say we would not be here today without that passion, without that commitment, and without that abiding love. Now, obviously, the arena and its transformation will strengthen our visibility on the national level for our basketball programs. And I just want to point out my appreciation of the presence today of Commissioner Bernie McGlade of the Atlantic 10. And I think Bernie can help everyone understand, if you're not clear, what a transformation like this can really do for an already extraordinary set of programs. These basketball programs are part of our identity in many ways, reflecting our commitment to excellence and reflecting our commitment to educating student athletes holistically so that they're competitive on the court, successful in the classroom, and engaged citizens and leaders after graduation. And it is not lost on me and shouldn't be lost on any of you that 4 days ago I stood right over there and I shook the hands of 4 graduating men's basketball players and 3 graduating women's basketball players. Would have been 4 women's, except one is with the LA Sparks. These are students who come here, they competed, they won, they conducted themselves exceptionally well, and they're graduates of the University of Dayton. And that's something that we can all be proud of. And as important as basketball and athletics is to all of us, this arena is much more than the site of championship basketball. It's the very special place where we send our graduates out into the world. More than 110,000 students from this university have graduated from this arena. It also is a sacred place, a sacred liturgical space, at least twice a year as we celebrate Catholic Mass for students and their families when they first arrive at the University of Dayton and when they graduate with the baccalaureate Mass the night before commencement. And going beyond just the university, this arena is not just a university asset, it holds great significance for the entire region. I've already seen it's a warm and inviting place for entertainment and connectedness for the community on cold winter evenings. A location that brings us national visibility when we host the First Four, and a resource for needs of a variety of other schools and groups from graduations to national band competitions. Now, to accomplish this project, as Neil pointed out, we're not willing to burden our students with increases in tuition and fees. We are as responsible as we can possibly be to our students. I've spoken to faculty leadership at the university and staff, and they understand our commitment to doing this project the right way so that it advances the university's overall mission. We can't have great athletics and a poor university. We need to be great in all, across the full spectrum. So to that end, I just want to again extend my gratitude and thanks for the incredible private support that's making this transformational project possible. We couldn't do this without the long-term and continued support of our donors, the community, and the fans. And I want to end then by once again expressing my thanks to all of our loyal supporters. As Larry said, whether big or small, every single person is important to this program and this project. It is a great day to be a Flyer.
Well, that concludes our program. On behalf of the University of Dayton, we'd like to thank all of you for coming. And as you leave the building, on the concourse, there will be renderings of many of the images that you saw in the video, as well as members of the arena staff and the box office staff to assist you in any way they can. We do recommend that you visit our website for the project, transformudarena.com, and many of the questions that you have and many of the things you would like to share with those who couldn't make it today, you'll find on that website. Once again, thank you all for coming. Basketball season will be here before you know it. And to quote a very good man, go Flyers.
Yeah.